The kitchen smelled like a spice market had collided with a garlic farm, and Harold Kim, 62 years young, stood at the center of it all. A faded apron tied around his waist, his glasses fogged from the steam rising off a bubbling pot. He squinted at the handwritten note in his hand, the ink smudged from years of being tucked into his late mother's recipe box. 2 cups of red pepper flakes, he muttered, scratching his salt and pepper hair. Or was it 2 tablespoons? Oh, Mama, why didn't you write clearer? It was a Saturday morning in early fall, the kind where the air outside carried a crisp promise of change, but inside Harold's modest Vancouver home, the heat was on, literally. The Kim family reunion was tomorrow, a rare gathering of siblings, cousins, and grandkids, and Harold had taken it upon himself to resurrect his mother's legendary kimchi. It wasn't just any kimchi, it was the stuff of family lore, the kind that made his childhood dinners in the 70s unforgettable, the kind that could make you sweat and smile at the same time. His mother, Onju, had been the heart of every family gathering, her kimchi a fiery thread weaving them all together. Now, with her gone 3 years, Harold felt the weight of keeping that thread alive. He glanced at the counter where a mountain of Napa cabbage sat next to a bowl of what looked like an alarming amount of bright red pepper flakes. Maybe it's fine, he said to himself, though doubt crept into his voice. He stirred the paste, the pungent mix of garlic, ginger, and fish sauce making his eyes water. Somewhere in the back of his mind, he could hear his mother's gentle scolding, "Measure twice, Harold, taste once." But Harold, ever the optimist, had always been more of a wing-it kind of cook. The front door slammed, and in tumbled his grandkids, Mia and Ethan, 16 and 14, respectively. Mia, with her phone perpetually in hand, was already filming as she walked in. "Whoa, Grandpa, what's that smell? Did you set the kitchen on fire?" she teased, zooming in on the chaos of jars and bowls. Ethan, gangly and always hungry, peeked into the pot. "Is that kimchi? Can I try it?" He reached for a spoon, but Harold swatted his hand away. "Not yet, kiddo. It's gotta ferment. Besides, I'm not sure I got this right." Harold wiped his hands on the apron, leaving a streak of red paste. "Your great-grandma's recipe is trickier than I thought." Mia lowered her phone, her dark eyes sparkling with mischief. "Tricky how? Did you mess it up already?" Harold chuckled, shaking his head. "Let's just say I might have overdone the spice or underdone it. I don't know. I'm no chef like your great-grandma was." Ethan grinned, grabbing a slice of cucumber from a nearby cutting board and popping it into his mouth. "Mom says you once burned soup. How do you even burn soup?" "That was one time," Harold protested, though his laugh betrayed him. "All right, you two. If you're going to be in here, you're helping. Grab those jars and start packing the cabbage." Mia set her phone on a stand, angling it to capture the scene. "This is going viral, Grandpa. Old man versus Kimchi, the great spice disaster. I'm starting a cooking vlog right now." Harold raised an eyebrow. "A what now?" "A vlog. It's like a blog, but video. People love watching cooking fails. No offense." She winked, and Harold couldn't help but smile. His grandkids were a whirlwind, always plugged into some app or trend he didn't understand, but their energy was infectious. Maybe they'd keep him young, or at least keep him from burning the house down. As they worked, Mia narrated for her imaginary audience, her voice bright and playful. So here we are in Grandpa Harold's kitchen, where he's trying to channel his inner Korean chef. Spoiler alert, it's not going well. She panned to the bowl of red paste, which looked more like lava than seasoning. "This is supposed to be kimchi, but it might just set our mouths on fire." Ethan, meanwhile, was stuffing cabbage leaves into jars with the enthusiasm of someone who just discovered food could be fun. "Grandpa, how spicy is this gonna be? Like hot wings spicy or call the fire department spicy?" Harold paused, staring at the recipe card again. "Well, your great-grandma's kimchi had a kick, but it was balanced, you know? Garlic, ginger, a little sweetness. I might have gone heavy on the pepper flakes, though." He dipped a finger into the paste and tasted it, his face immediately contorting. "Oh, lordy, that's not right." Mia burst out laughing, zooming in on his expression. "Grandpa, you look like you just bit a lemon. What's wrong with it?" Harold coughed, grabbing a glass of water. It's like eating a campfire. I definitely mixed up the measurements. 2 cups of pepper flakes was way too much. Ethan, undeterred, snatched a tiny bit of the paste with a spoon and tried it. His eyes widened and he fanned his mouth dramatically. Whoa, that's like nuclear. We can't serve this at the reunion. Aunt Lisa will pass out. The kitchen erupted in laughter, the kind that makes your sides ache and your worries fade. Harold leaned against the counter, catching his breath. All right. We've got a problem, but we're not giving up. Your great-grandma never gave up, even when she burned her first batch of rice cakes. We're gonna fix this. Mia, still filming, nodded solemnly. Operation Kimchi Rescue is officially underway. Stay tuned, folks. Underscore 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 underscore. The afternoon stretched on, and the kitchen became a laboratory of trial and error. Harold pulled out every ingredient he could think of to balance the spice. More garlic, a splash of rice vinegar, even a spoonful of honey from a jar he'd bought at a local farmer's market. Mia and Ethan took turns tasting, their faces a mix of grimaces and giggles. Between attempts, they snacked on apple slices with peanut butter, a habit Harold had picked up from his own childhood, when his mother would set out simple treats during long cooking sessions. Okay, let's try this batch, Harold said, stirring a new mix. I cut the pepper flakes way down and added some green onions for flavor. What do you think? Ethan took a cautious bite, chewing slowly. His eyebrows shot up. Hey, this one's actually good. It's spicy, but like in a cool way. Not send me to the hospital spicy. Mia tried it next, nodding. Yeah, this is legit. It's got that zing, but it doesn't make you want to cry. Great-grandma would be proud, Grandpa. Harold's chest warmed at the words. He could almost see his mother standing there, her hands on her hips, smiling at the mess they'd made, but nodding in approval. You think so? Well, we're not done yet. Gotta let it ferment overnight, but maybe we're on the right track. Mia tapped her phone, pausing the recording. This is gold, Grandpa. We're gonna edit this into the best vlog ever. You're basically a YouTube star now. Harold waved her off, but he couldn't hide his grin. You kids and your internet nonsense. Back in my day, we just ate the food, didn't film it. Yeah, but this is how we keep the recipe alive, Ethan said, surprising Harold with his sincerity. Like, we're learning it, and now other people can too. It's kinda cool. Harold looked at his grandkids, their faces smudged with bits of cabbage and sauce, and felt a pang of gratitude. This wasn't just about kimchi, it was about passing something down, something that connected them to Unju, to their roots, to each other. The mistakes, the laughter, the shared effort, it was all part of it. All right, he said, clapping his hands. Let's clean up and get these jars in the fridge. Tomorrow, we'll see if this kimchi passes the family test. The next day, the Kim family reunion was in full swing. The backyard was alive with chatter, kids running around, and the smell of grilled bulgogi wafting from the barbecue. Harold's siblings, cousins, and their families filled the space, a multi-generational tapestry of stories and memories. A long table was laden with dishes, sticky rice, japchae noodles, and a bowl of fresh fruit salad someone had thrown together with mangoes and strawberries. Harold stood by the kimchi station, nervously watching as relatives scooped portions onto their plates. Mia and Ethan hovered nearby, their phone ready to capture reactions. Here comes the moment of truth, Mia whispered, starting the recording again. Harold's sister, Nancy, took the first bite. Her eyes widened, and for a moment Harold's heart sank, but then she smiled, fanning her mouth. Harold, this is spicy, but it's good. Mama's kimchi had that same fire. You did her proud. One by one, the family chimed in, some coughing from the heat, others nodding in approval. Cousin Dave, always the joker, grabbed a second helping and declared, "This is kimchi with attitude, I love it." Mia and Ethan high-fived, their vlog capturing every laugh and comment. Later, as the sun dipped low, they sat Harold down and showed him the edited video. It was a montage of the kitchen chaos, Harold's panicked taste test, Ethan's dramatic reaction, Mia's goofy narration, and clips of the family enjoying the kimchi at the reunion. The final frame showed the three of them in the kitchen holding up a jar of their creation with text overlaid, "The Kim family kimchi, spicy, messy, and full of love. You kids are something else," Harold said, his voice thick. "Your great-grandma would have loved this. She always said food was for sharing, not just eating." Mia hugged him. "We're gonna post it online, Grandpa. Maybe start a whole series, Kimchi Chronicles or something." Ethan nodded, munching on a leftover rice cake. "Yeah, and next time we'll try her dumpling recipe, but maybe double check the measurements first." Harold laughed, pulling them both into a hug. The kimchi might have been a near disaster, but it had sparked something new, a tradition of cooking together, of turning flops into stories, of keeping Unju's spirit alive. As the family gathered for a group photo, Harold felt his mother's presence in the warmth of the moment, in the laughter, in the jar of kimchi that wasn't perfect but was theirs. So, what did you think of Harold and his grandkids' kimchi adventure? Have you ever had a cooking mishap that turned into something special?